It was definitely a long road. I originally was planning on becoming a veterinarian. And so right after high school, I got a job at the local vet clinic and I worked there for a long time. And I got my first bachelor's degree. And after that was basically ready to apply to vet school. Sadly, I didn't get an interview my first year. And so I thought, okay, I'll wait, knowing it was a competitive program, and applied a second year, didn't get an interview. And then I thought, okay, I'm gonna give it another try, third year, see what happens. And still didn't get an interview. And I had gotten to a vet school in California and I got into a school in the islands. I just couldn't justify moving that far away from home anymore. Like, my grandparents were getting old. I wanted to be close to them. At that point, I thought, what am I gonna do? I have to start looking down other avenues because like vet school wasn't panning out for me with where I wanted to go. I guess I kind of made that limitation for myself because I could have gone to vet school in another state, but I didn't really want to because being a first generation college student, I didn't really want to dig myself a hole in getting a doctorate out of state. And so that was when I found hygiene. I was like, something where I can work, flexible hours, have a family, and still make good money. And so it wasn't a normal path, and it definitely is nowhere where I thought I would be or like end up as my career, but I'm glad that I did because it's a great career and I've been able to find things that I love so much about it. And so I'm glad that I ended up where I did. But I will say sometimes I still miss like the clinical setting of vet med and like being able to help animals. But I think that I get that through cattle so much that it's like it's still a part of where I am. So roundabout journey, but here I am. I feel like there's a reason for that. There was a reason that vet med didn't work out. There's a reason why I am where I am. And I don't necessarily think it's like a God thing, but more of like the creator had a plan for me and that was not down that avenue. Maybe it's a part of my life, but I think that somewhere along the line, I would have been engulfed by that career and it would have like overwhelmed me to the point where it would have been almost too much. And so it was hard, like trying to, pick yourself up and put the pieces together to be like, okay, what am I gonna do? But I went for it. It didn't work out for me, but I'm still okay. You still move on and you still continue to learn and life still passes by even in the midst of it all. So I would just say, it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to find a new career and move towards something that you feel is gonna make you more successful. But at the end of the day, if you have a failure, you just have to remind yourself, like, yeah, go ahead and take the time to be sad about it, but remember that there has to be something more. And there's a reason where you're at, and you have to have faith in that. And you have to be able to push forward from your failures and knowing like, okay, like this didn't work out. What am I gonna do now? What's my next step? That's so important in doing to figure out where you wanna end up. It's never too late to start over and start new, and you have to want it. I am living proof of that. I have started over many times. I've had many different career paths, and I am very happy where I'm at. And the other career paths that I took to get where I am now have opened so many other doors that I could use throughout the rest of my life. And if you need to talk to school counselors or your family or your friends or whoever it is in your life that you feel like is going to be the most like beneficial person to speak to, do that and talk to them every day and make a plan. Take the time to put in the work and don't be scared to like follow your dream.